The All Right Revolution, how living right and doing right can change your world. Welcome to the BlackCEO Podcast, where we dive deep into the minds of trailblazers who are reshaping our world. Today, I have the extraordinary privilege of sharing with you the profound wisdom I gained from interviewing Joanne Davis, a visionary whose impact on making the world a better place is nothing short of revolutionary. Joanne's insights have the power to transform lives, and I'm bursting with excitement to unpack the valuable lessons she shared with me. Imagine for a moment a world where every decision we make is guided by a simple yet powerful principle, a world where integrity isn't just a buzzword, but the very foundation of our society, a world where doing the right thing isn't a choice, but a way of life. Sounds too good to be true? Well, buckle up, because we're about to embark on a journey that might just change the way you see everything. Joanne Davis, with her infectious energy and razor-sharp intellect, dropped a truth bomb on me that I'm still reeling from. Are you ready for it? Here it is. Live right, do right, and you will be all right. Now, I know what you're thinking. Come on, that's it. That's the big revelation. But trust me, folks, there's more to these 9 words than meets the eye. In fact, I'd argue that this simple motto has the power to revolutionize not just our personal lives, but our entire society. But before we dive into the nitty-gritty, let's take a moment to appreciate the sheer audacity of this statement. In a world that often feels like it's spinning out of control, where the news is a constant barrage of corruption, injustice, and moral ambiguity, Joanne dares to suggest that the path to being all right, to finding success, fulfillment, and peace is through living and doing right. It's a bold claim, isn't it? Almost laughably simple in its optimism. But here's the kicker. What if she's right? What if the key to navigating our complex, often chaotic world has been staring us in the face all along? Now, I can practically hear the skeptics among you. Sure, that sounds great in theory, but what does it actually mean to live right and do right? And how on earth can that guarantee we'll be all right in a world that seems determined to knock us down at every turn? Excellent questions, my friends, and that's exactly what we're here to explore today. We're going to unpack this deceptively simple motto, examine it from every angle, and see how it applies in the real world. And trust me, by the time we're done, you might just find yourself looking at your life and your potential to change the world in a whole new light. But first, let's address the elephant in the room. In a world where cutting corners often seems like the fastest route to success, where the loudest voices often drown out the wisest ones, and where instant gratification is just a click away, why should we even bother with this whole living right business? Well, let me tell you a story about a woman who dared to dream big, who faced down adversity with unwavering integrity, and who built an empire not by stepping on others, but by lifting them up. I'm talking about Sheila Johnson, the co-founder of Black Entertainment Television, BT, and the first African-American woman to hit the billion-dollar mark. Now, Sheila's story isn't just impressive, it's downright revolutionary. Picture this: a young black woman from humble beginnings in inner-city Baltimore, facing a world that seemed determined to keep her in her place. Racism, check. Sexism, double check. The odds stacked so high against her that most people would have given up before they even started, triple check. But Sheila, she looked at those obstacles and said, "Watch me climb." Now, here's where it gets interesting. Sheila didn't just overcome these challenges, she used them as fuel for her rocket ship to success. Every no became a watch me. Every closed door became an opportunity to build her own doorway. But here's the kicker. Sheila didn't just focus on her own success. Oh no, that would have been too easy. Instead, she used her growing influence to pave the way for other black women in business and media. She didn't just climb the ladder. She built an elevator and invited others to join her on the ride up. Now, you might be thinking, that's great for Sheila, but what does it have to do with me? I'm not trying to build a media empire here. Fair point. But here's the thing. Sheila's story isn't just about building a successful business. It's about the power of integrity. It's about staying true to your values even when the easy path beckons. It's about recognizing that true success isn't just about personal gain, but about lifting others as you climb. In other words, it's about living right and doing right. But let's not stop there. Because if Sheila's story teaches us about living right, our next tale is a masterclass in doing right. Enter Janice Bryant Howroyd, founder and CEO of the Actone Group, the largest black-owned staffing firm in the world. Now, if you think building a billion-dollar media empire is tough, try creating opportunities for others in a world that often seems determined to shut doors rather than open them. Janice faced the same challenges as Sheila: racism, sexism, you name it. But instead of letting these obstacles define her, she used them to fuel her mission. She didn't just want to succeed, she wanted to create a ladder for others to climb. Here's where it gets really good. Janice didn't just build a successful company, she built a company that changes lives. Every job placement, it isn't just a number on a spreadsheet. It's a family that can now pay their bills, a dream that can now be pursued, a life that can now be transformed. But wait, there's more. Janice didn't stop at changing individual lives. Oh no, that would have been too easy. Instead, she's used her success to change the entire conversation around diversity in the workplace. She's not just talking about equal opportunities, she's creating them, one job placement at a time. Now, I can see some of you shifting uncomfortably in your seats. That's all well and good, you might be thinking, but not all of us can build world-changing companies. What about the rest of us? Excellent question. And that brings us to our third story. The tale of Monique Rodriguez, founder of Miele Organics. Monique's story starts in a familiar place, a woman with a dream facing a world of obstacles. But here's where it gets interesting. Monique didn't set out to change the world. She just wanted to create hair products that actually work for black women. Sounds simple, right? But in a world where the beauty industry has long ignored or marginalized women of color, this simple goal was nothing short of revolutionary. Monique faced challenge after challenge. Securing funding? Nearly impossible. Breaking into a competitive market, like trying to squeeze an elephant through a keyhole. But Monique didn't just persevere, she thrived. In just a few short years, Miele Organics grew from a small startup to a global brand with products in over 87 countries. But here's the real kicker. Monique became the first black woman to raise a non-controlling 9-figure investment in a deal with Berkshire Partners. Now, why does this matter? Because Monique didn't just create a successful company, she changed the game. She proved that there was a market for products that cater to black women. She showed that with determination and integrity, it's possible to succeed on your own terms. But more than that, Monique's success opened doors for other black entrepreneurs. She didn't just climb the ladder, she installed a whole new elevator system. Now, I can hear some of you thinking, that's great and all, but what does this have to do with me? I'm not trying to start a business or change an industry. And that, my friends, is exactly the point. Because living right and doing right isn't about grand gestures or world-changing achievements. It's about the small choices we make every day. It's about staying true to our values even when it's inconvenient. It's about doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. Think about it. How many times have you been faced with the choice between what's easy and what's right? Maybe it was as simple as returning extra change at the store, or as complex as standing up for someone being treated unfairly at work. These moments, these small choices are where the rubber meets the road. They're where we decide who we are and what kind of world we want to live in. But here's the really exciting part. These small choices add up. They create ripple effects that extend far beyond our immediate circle. When we choose to live right and do right, we're not just improving our own lives, we're contributing to a better world for everyone. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. That sounds great in theory, but the world is a tough place. How can we be sure that living right and doing right will actually lead to being all right? And that, my friends, is where the real magic happens. Because being all right isn't about avoiding challenges or living a perfect life. It's about developing the resilience to face whatever life throws at us with integrity and grace. Think about our 3 stories. Sheila, Janice, and Monique didn't succeed because they never faced obstacles. They succeeded because they faced those obstacles with integrity and determination. They didn't compromise their values for short-term gain. They didn't give up when things got tough. Instead, they used their challenges as fuel for growth. They saw each setback as an opportunity to learn, to improve, to become stronger. And in doing so, they didn't just achieve success for themselves. They created opportunities for others to succeed as well. That's what being all right really means. It means having the strength to weather any storm. It means knowing that no matter what challenges you face, you have the integrity and resilience to overcome them. But here's the really exciting part. When we live right and do right, we're not just ensuring our own well-being. We're contributing to a world where everyone has the opportunity to be all right. Imagine a world where integrity is the norm, not the exception. A world where doing the right thing is celebrated and rewarded. A world where success is measured not just in personal gain, but in positive impact on others. That's the world we can create, one small choice at a time. So, here's my challenge to you. As you leave this talk today, I want you to think about how you can apply this principle in your own life. What does living right mean to you? What actions can you take to do right in your community or workplace? How can you build your resilience to ensure that you'll be all right, no matter what challenges come your way? Maybe it means speaking up when you see injustice, even when it's uncomfortable. Maybe it means pursuing a career or project that aligns with your values, even if it's not the most lucrative option. Maybe it means taking the time to mentor someone who's just starting out or volunteering in your community. Whatever it means to you, I want you to commit to it, not just for a day or a week, but as a way of life. Because here's the truth. We all have the power to change the world, not through grand gestures or heroic acts, but through the small choices we make every day. By choosing to live right and do right, we're not just improving our own lives, we're contributing to a better world for everyone. So, let's start a revolution of integrity, of purpose, of doing what's right even when it's hard. Let's create a world where success is measured not just in dollars and cents, but in lives improved and communities uplifted. Are you ready to join the All Right Revolution? Are you ready to live right, do right, and change the world? The choice is yours. The time is now. Let's make it happen. Thank you.